Dear students, today we'll learn one of the important concept in Unit 6, that is the ladder diagram or the ladder logic. PLC, that is Programmable Logic Controller. It is basically a computer that is used to monitor and control the various electronics and electrical systems automatically. The main purpose of the PLC is it will help us to operate the device without effort. So PLC it is used in various industries for the purpose of automation. So in order to program this PLC, we have different PLC programming languages. So as mentioned here, there are 5 programming languages: ladder diagram, structured text, sequential function charts, function block diagram, and instruction list. So for your syllabus, the programming language that we are going to use is ladder diagram, and this is one of the commonly used programming language in the PLC. So ladder diagram is a most commonly used method of programming in PLC. When you write a program in the ladder diagram, that is equivalent to drawing a switching circuit. So whenever you draw the ladder diagram, it always starts with these two vertical lines, that is this vertical line that is called as positive power rail, and this vertical line that is called as a negative power rail. So always your ladder diagram starts with these two vertical lines. So these vertical lines are called as the power rails, and these horizontal lines are called as the rungs of the ladder diagram. So here in these two vertical lines, between these two vertical lines, and here in the horizontal line here, so we'll be connecting the circuits. So as you can see, the structure of this circuit or the diagram here is these two vertical lines, and this horizontal line resembles to a ladder. That is why the name ladder diagram here. So here the important part of an ladder diagram is nothing but a rung. We have understood that this horizontal line is nothing but a rung. In this figure we have drawn capital N number of the rungs here, and the power flows from left to right. So this horizontal line is an important part of PLC programming. The next part is nothing but the branches. There are 3 types of branches. First one is nothing but a series branch. So here inputs or the outputs are connected in series. In this particular figure, inputs are I1, I2 and so on up to IN. These are connected in series fashion, and this coil is nothing but a output here. So here this symbol is nothing but it is a normally open contact. This particular type of a symbol is used to represent an input, and coil is used to represent an output. So this is an example this is a representation of the series branch where we connected inputs in series. Similarly, the second one is nothing but a parallel branch. In parallel branch, we will be connecting inputs and outputs. Inputs or the outputs in parallel. In the first figure, inputs are connected in parallel, and in the second figure, outputs are connected in the parallel. So here Q1 is the output, I1 and so on up to IN are the inputs, and here only one input is taken, that is I1, and Q1, Q2 and up to Qn. These are nothing but our outputs. So this is a representation of the parallel branch. The third type of as it is mentioned here, the 3 types of branches. The third type of a branch is nothing but a nested branch. It will be the combination of the series branch and the parallel branch. The third important part in PLC programming is inputs and the outputs. As I explained earlier, this is called as a NO, that is normally open contact, and this is called as a normally closed contact. These two symbols are used to represent an input, and this coil is used to represent an output. So here output is referred to as coil, or it can be a lamp, or it can be a load, and input refers to switch or the push button. So conclusion here is input is normally open or normally closed to contact, and output is nothing but here coil. So these are very important while drawing the ladder diagram. Next we'll see how to implement the logic gates that we have studied using this PLC ladder diagram programming language. The basic gates that we have studied are AND gate, OR gate and NOT gate. NAND and NOR are the universal gates, and in addition to that we'll be seeing how to draw the ladder diagram for XOR gate as well as for the XNOR gate. So before going for the implementation, we have seen that the input is represented by normally open contact and normally closed contact. The meaning of normally open contact means when you are applying a logic 1 to the normally open contact, it allows the current to pass through the circuit. This is very important in case of normally open contact. And in normally closed contact, when you are applying a logic 0, then in that case it allows the current to pass through. So these 2 points will help you while drawing the ladder diagram. Okay. So when logic 1 is present in normally closed contact, the contact opens. That means it does not allow the current to pass through the circuit. This is very important point. Okay, so with this knowledge we'll see how to implement various logic gates in this ladder diagram. Okay, the first one is nothing but a NOT gate. As you already know, NOT gate is having one input and the one output. As per the truth table, when you apply 0, it gives output as 1. When 1 is applied, it gives output as 0. So here the NOT gate is drawn using a PLC programming, that is a ladder diagram. As I explained, you need to draw the 2 vertical lines. These are nothing but the power rails, and this horizontal line, this is nothing but a rung. So as NOT gate is having only one input, so we'll take only one contact, that is I1. It is having only one output, that is nothing but Q1. So one coil here. So the reason for taking the normally closed contact here is we have studied that in normally closed contact, applying 0 means it allows the current to pass through, right? And logic 1 means it does not allow the current to pass through. Now we'll see the ladder diagram. So here in the truth table, suppose your input is 0, the output is what? 1. So here when you apply 0 to the normally closed contact, meaning is that it allows the current to pass through the circuit. That means this coil is energized. That means we are getting output as 1. So when you apply 1 here, it does not allow the current to pass through. That means output is 0. So normally closed contact with the coil, here is nothing but a NOT gate. The second type of a gate that we are going to implement is AND gate. You know that in AND gate there are 2 inputs, I1 and I2, and output is nothing but a Q1. In AND gate, when both the inputs are high, then only output is high. For all other inputs, the output will be low. So this is the truth table. Now we'll see how to draw the ladder diagram. As we know that there are 2 inputs, that is I1 and I2, and output is nothing but a Q1 here. For the first combination, that is 0 0, that means you are applying 0 to I1 and 0 to I2. Let us see the operation. So 0 and 0 here. In normally open contact, 0 means these two switches are open. That means they will not allow the current to pass through. That means the output will be 0. Okay. When you apply 0 to I1 and 1 to I2, this will be open. This will be open. Because of that, the current will not flow. Again, output is 0. So, when you apply 1 to both the contacts, then only it allows the current to pass through, then only we'll get output as 1. Okay, so this is a simple ladder diagram for the AND gate. So, here we have connected the contacts in series for AND gate. So, for OR gate, as you know, when any one of the input is high, the output will be high here. Okay. If both the inputs are low, then output is low. So with this knowledge, we'll see the ladder diagram. So you just verify the operation here. Suppose if you are applying 0 here and 0 here, 0 means this is open, this is also open. That means the current will not flow through this coil. The coil is not energized. That means output is 0. Suppose if you apply 0 to I1 and 1 to I2, so 0 means this is open and 1 means this is closed. That means current will flow through this path. That means coil is energized. That means output is equal to 1. Similarly, you can verify the operation for the remaining combinations. It's about OR gate. Now come to XOR gate. In XOR gate, we know that when any one of the input is high, then output is 1. So for 0 0 it is 0, for 0 1 it is 1, 1 0 1, and for 1 1 it is 0. So here in order to draw the ladder diagram for the XOR gate, you need to take, as we know, the expression for the XOR gate is, for example, input is I1, two inputs are there, I1 and I2. We usually write the expression for XOR gate as I1 bar I2 plus I1 into I2 bar. Now, here why one normally open contact and normally closed contact is taken is because the reason is, see, suppose your first combination is what, 0 0. If you verify the operation, here 0 and here 0. As we know that 0 on normally open contact means it does not allow the current to pass through, and here 0 means it allows the current to pass through. That means here current will not go through the coil because this is open, and here 0 means this is closed but this is open. So that is why there is no path for the current to flow through this to energize this coil. So that is why we will get output as a 0. Suppose now if 0 you take here and 1 here, that means 0 means this is open and this is closed, and here 0 means this is closed and 1 means what? This is closed. That means through this path we are energizing this coil. That means we are getting output as 1. So in this way you can verify the operation for the remaining two combinations. So this is how we implement the various gates using the ladder diagram. You can do as an assignment for the remaining gates, that is NOR gate, NAND gate and XNOR gate. And we'll be having the two case studies, that is one is ladder diagram for the water filling plant and another one is a ladder diagram for the elevator control. These two are also important for the examination point of view, that we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you.